Right now, somewhere in your house, there is a phone in your hand. You are not doing anything. You are just scrolling. Your thumb moves without you telling it to. But the real answer for why you're doing that is far stranger than boredom. It starts 300,000 years ago. Picture a cave. Picture the fire dying down. Picture a group of early humans with nothing to do and nowhere to go until sunrise. No hunt, no food to gather, no danger nearby. Just time. Hours and hours of it. What did they do with it? For decades, scientists assumed the answer was simple: nothing. Early humans supposedly spent every waking hour surviving, hunting, foraging, fighting off predators. There was no room in that picture for idle hands or wandering minds. Boredom in this old story didn't exist yet. It was a modern invention, a side effect of comfort and convenience. That story is wrong. In a cave on the coast of South Africa called Blombos, archaeologist Christopher Henshilwood found something that shouldn't have been there. Pieces of ochre, a soft reddish stone carved with deliberate crosshatched lines. Not tools, not weapons, not anything you could eat or hunt with, just pattern, just design, made by hands that had nothing urgent left to do that day. Why carve lines into a rock for no survival reason at all? Because the brain doesn't tolerate empty time well. It never has. Your ancestors' brains, much like yours, treated unstructured time as a problem to be solved, not a gift to be enjoyed. And solving it meant making something, anything, a pattern, a rhythm, a shape that didn't exist a moment before. This is the part that surprises people. Boredom is not new. Boredom might be one of the oldest forces shaping human behavior, and it might be the reason you have culture at all. Think about what boredom actually feels like, that itch, that restlessness, that low hum of your mind saying, "Do something, anything, please." Psychologists now believe that feeling exists for a reason. It's not a glitch, it's a push. A signal telling you that your current environment isn't giving your brain enough to work with, so go find something that will. For early humans sitting around a fire at night, that push had nowhere obvious to go. There was no hunt to plan, no berries to sort. So the restlessness turned inward, and it turned into invention. Some carved patterns into stone, some strung shell beads onto string for no reason except that it looked good. Some, according to research from archaeologist Alison Brooks on early symbolic behavior in Africa, began decorating tools and bodies with pigment. Not to make them work better, but to make them mean something. A signal, a story, an identity painted on. Boredom didn't just produce doodles in stone, it produced meaning. But here's where it gets stranger. Boredom didn't just make ancient humans creative, it made them social. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar has spent decades studying why humans, unlike almost every other primate, live in such large, complex social groups. His answer centers on something surprisingly close to gossip: talking, storytelling, sitting around with nothing urgent to do except talk to each other, and in doing so, building trust, alliances, and shared history. Dunbar's research suggests this kind of idle talking wasn't a distraction from survival, it was survival. Groups that spent their empty hours bonding through conversation held together better than groups that didn't. They cooperated more, they warned each other of danger faster, they shared food more willingly. So the humans who got bored and did something about it together outcompeted the humans who just sat in silence. Isn't it strange to think your instinct to fill silence with conversation might be an inherited survival strategy? This is the twist most people don't expect. We tend to imagine our ancestors as grim, exhausted survivalists with no time for anything except the next meal. But the archaeological record tells a different story. It shows beads, engravings, early instruments carved from bone, painted caves deep underground, in spots that would have taken real effort to reach, offering no practical benefit at all except the act of creating something in the dark. None of that was necessary for survival in the narrow sense. All of it came from time with nothing forced to fill it. Which raises an uncomfortable question. What does it say about your phone? Every time you feel that itch, that restless static in a quiet moment, and you reach for your phone instead of sitting with it, you are responding to the exact same ancient signal your ancestors felt beside their fires. The discomfort is the same, the urge to fill it is the same. Only the response has changed. Your ancestors turned to ochre and string in each other. You turn to a glowing rectangle that gives you an infinite scroll of other people's carved patterns, other people's stories, other people's faces. It feels different.